Good morning to you all once again. In the graphics programming concept, we are going to learn about applets concept in the Java programming language. Normally, why we are using this graphics programming is to add interactivity to the user. Like you will be designing some user interfaces, and through those user interfaces, user will be giving the input, and we will be getting the output. Got it, all of you? So to add interactivity and to design the web pages and all, we are going to use this graphics programming concept. Under that, the first thing is applet. Now, normally, this is also one type of graphic programming where we'll be embedding the program in our web page. Got it? So why we are embedding our program in the web page? Because we want to generate some dynamic content, and also this web pages whatever we have, that will be run on the client side, not at the server side. Okay, let us not go in detail about the what is client server applications and all. Client, remember all of you, client is nothing but your own system. Server is nothing but that is available somewhere else, and all the clients can be getting connected with the server. Now whenever you are working with the applets, what do you mean by applet is this applet, whatever you are going to develop, that is our Java program, that output will be checked on your web browser. Okay, and that application also will be available in your computer only. It is not required to be available in the server side. Okay, now what are all the advantages of using this applet is always it is available at the client side, so the response time is very less. See, whenever you are connecting to one system which is away from you, which is called as a server, then then it will take some time to respond, isn't it or not? So if you are using an applet concept, as it works at the client side, the response time will be very less, and it is secured also. And it can run on many platforms like Linux, Windows, Mac OS, any operating system it can run. Got it? But listen carefully. What actually an applet is nothing but applet can perform any operation like normal arithmetic operations or normal operations, whatever Java programs you have developed, that can be done through applets. And along with that, you can have you can use some animations, like you can display some graphics, you can add some sound effects to that, or you can accept the user input through the GUI. All these things can be done through the applets. So this is the additional feature which we have. So normal Java application, whatever it will do, that can be done. Along with that, we can add some animation effects to our programs also. Right? So now how an applet can differ from normal Java applications. So you all know, in a normal Java application, the execution requires a main method to be available in your program. But whereas coming to applet, remember applet is nothing but you are going to write a Java code only. Not a new thing. But what is the difference between the applications, whatever you have developed till now, and applet is there is no main method. Without main method, the applet will run. Okay, and applets cannot run independently. Your Java applications, do you remember? It will run up independently. But if you want to run your applet, it requires a web page, and whenever you are using a web page, you need to use the HTML coding. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. In detail about this HTML coding and all, you are going to learn in your future semesters. But as of now, I'll tell you what are all the things required to run this applet and all, what sort of HTML code we need to write, that I'll tell you. But we are not going to learn in detail about this HTML and all. Okay. Why we are using this HTML? Because applets cannot run independently. They need some base. They will be running on the web page only. So if you are running anything on the web page, obviously we need to use this HTML coding. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And one difference between the normal application and your applet is using applet, we cannot read or write the files which are available in your local computer. So because of that, security will be there. We can't write into the file, we can't read from the file. Okay, and also applets are restricted from using your libraries that are available from other programming languages like C or C++. Remember, Java uses naive methods. Do you remember that one? I think we have not covered but that one. But Java uses naive where we can use the libraries of other programming languages also. But applet restricts the uses of that thing. So because of these things, we can say we are restricting restricting some things, like we are providing security and we are also controlling the damage of our local system through these restrictions from the applet. Got it? So that is the main difference between the applet and the application, normal application. Right now, whenever you want to work with the applet, you need to follow some steps, and by following those steps you can develop and test an applet. So this is a 6-step process. So now we need to write as a first step, we need to write a Java code which is called as an applet code, and that should be saved with .java only. And then we need to compile this one. After compiling, you will be getting a .class file. Up here it is like normal application only, but later on whenever you want to run any program, I already told you, normal Java applications will be run directly by using Java command. But if it is an applet code, it cannot run independently. It has to be written in a web page. It has to be written using HTML coding. So to run your program, to run your applet, you need to design a web page, and in that you need to include an applet tag, and then you need to test your applet code. Got it? So first one, writing Java code and compiling Java code will be same like your other applications only, but the other, from third step to sixth step, here it talks about how we need to write the applet HTML tags and how to include this applet tag and how to test the code. Everything is different from a normal application. So to understand these 6-step process of developing and testing an applet, let us see one by one. The first step is building an applet. Whenever you want to build any applet, what are all the things you need to do? Remember, whenever you want to build any applet, see, applet will be having its own life cycle. So this is the normal life cycle of an applet, where an applet has to be initialized first, and then once it is initialized, it has to start. And if you want to write any output on the output screen, we need to use a paint method, where you will be painting is nothing but writing into that applet. Stopping is nothing but we have started the execution, and it is our responsibility to stop the execution. And once your work is done and you don't want to use in future this applet, you can destroy that. That means memory will be released. So 5 cycles will be there in the applet life cycle, which are called as initialization, starting, painting is nothing but whatever you want to write onto the output screen, stopping, and destroy. So for all these things, initialization, stopping, destroying, and starting are optional, where according to your requirement you can do, but paint method is required. Why? Because you want to check the output. Now, to achieve these things, to achieve this applet lifecycle, we are going to use 2 classes. First class is java.applet class, and the second class is java.awt.component class. AWT stands for Abstract Window Toolkit. In detail about these things available in this AWT, everything we are going to learn in future. But remember, to achieve this 5-step process, some methods are required, isn't it or not? To initialize the applet, to start an applet, to have a paint method, and to stop and to destroy. Everything is a method based. We need some methods to work with these. So to achieve that one, we have 2 packages, and if you want to work with applets, these 2 packages should be imported. What are they? Java.applet package and java.awt package. Now under these packages, this java.applet package will be inherited. That means we need to extend an applet class, where it will be used for having these 4 methods of initialization, which is, first one is initialization, which we would done with init method. Okay, it is used to initialize, like any initialization of any parameters. If you want to do all these things, should be done in this init method. And if you want to start executing your applet, then you need to call that applet by using the start method. Okay, and for that you need to use the start method. Remember, init, start, and the next one is stop method, which is used to stop the applet. Destroy method, which is used to destroy the applet. All these things are available in a class called applet class, and this applet class has to be extended. Why? Because we are going to override these methods, init, start, stop, destroy methods, according to our requirement. We are going to override. So whenever you are going to override, we need to extend this applet class, and this applet class is available in this java.applet package. We need to import this package. So remember these things. Now of all these 5 steps, I told about 4 methods. Now one more method, which is called as a paint method, is available in java.awt class. Got it? So that method is called as paint method. Always remember this paint method requires an object of graphics class. This is a class. Okay, in the next class, we are going to see how to draw an oval, rectangle, line, arc shape, all these things. All these 2D shapes can be drawn by using your paint method of AWT package. Okay, so you need to understand like applet, for whenever you want to build any applet, we require 5 methods in total. Of all these 5 methods, these 4 are optional. According to your application, you can write, but you need to write something on the output screen. We need to have this paint method. Okay, and you need to import these 2 packages and you need to extend this applet class also. To understand this one, let us take one example. See here, I am importing these 2 packages because in total, applet class and applet and AWT, these 2 packages will be providing us 5 methods to use in our applet. And whenever you want to write any applet, use a public keyword. Why? Because we are running this one on the web browser, and the class keyword should be used. In any applet, class name can be used. And I told you we need to extend this applet. Why? Because we are going to override this paint method, init method, start method, what are all the methods available in this applet class. Now we can write our own statements, but this is compulsory where paint method need to be written, where it requires an object of graphics class. Right, so this is a simple structure of your writing an applet code. With this, we can write one example where I am importing these 2 packages, right? And I am writing one class called hello applet as an example class, and this has to extend this applet class. A is a capital letter, okay? And in that, I am avoiding the other 4 methods which is not required, because this is a simple example where I just want to have hello Java as my output at 10 lines. Remember, your complete screen will be divided into x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so 100 is nothing but at intersection point of x throw x value and y value. From that point, it will start typing your hello Java output. Got it? So this talks about the x value and this talks about the y value, or it is nothing but you can say about pixel values of your output screen. Right now, as of now, don't worry about what is this draw string and all. Draw string, we have draw string, draw rectangle, draw line. All those methods are available in this graphics class, so that's why we are using the object of that one. In detail about these methods we are going to learn in the next lecture. Okay, but as of now, understand draw string is nothing but if you want to write any text data onto your applet window, then we need to use drawstring, and it should be called with an object of graphics class. Okay, observe, this is a simple example. Now how to save this program? This program has to be saved with the class name whatever you are giving here and .java only. And observe here, there is no main method also. Remember, applets will not be having a main method. So this is the program for a simple applet. But remember how the hierarchy of the applet will be is, the hierarchy of the applet is like this. You will be having, you all know, we already learned what is object class. I already told you it is a parent class of all the classes, right? So from this object class, component class will be designed, which is a predefined class. Again, from this component, container class is there, and the subcomponent something is panel. From this panel, applet is there. This is the general hierarchy of the applet. You need to remember this one. Okay. And the second step, once you have written your Java code, next we need to generate the dot class file. That means we need to run your we need to compile our program and we need to generate the dot class file. And it is a normal procedure how we have done for the other applications, right? Java C hello applet.java. If no errors are there, this will generate hello applet.class file. This procedure is same like our normal Java applications. Okay, we need to go to the command prompt and we need to type this one. Now, once you have compiled, then we need to design the web pages. Why we need to design the web pages? Because I told you applet cannot run independently. It requires a web page. In that web page only this applet can be executed, isn't it or not? And how to design the web pages? Web pages are designed using our HTML tags. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, so this is the normal syntax of writing any HTML page. Let us not go in detail about that one, but remember, this is how we need to write. It starts with HTML tag, it ends with an HTML tag, ending tag will be replaced with a backward slash like this, and then we can have multiple tags in that, but the basic requirement is body tag, and header tag is also optional. And in this, we need to include a tag called applet tag, where this applet tag is in the body tag, where in the browser you will be getting the output of this one. Okay. Now, how to use this applet tag? Whenever you are using this applet tag, we are telling to the browser that we are going to get the output of this Java program. Okay, and the window whatever you are displaying on the browser should have this much of width size and this much of height size. So applet tag normally talks about three things. What are three things? First one is which Java code output you want to display, and whenever you want to display an output, one window will be displayed. For that window, you are going to tell in pixel size what is the width of that window, applet window, and what is the height of that applet window. Okay, so you can say here a simple example, applet I am writing, there you need to write the code with three height, three attributes are used, where code talks about which applet you want to run, which Java code you want to run. You need to mention the class file only. It will not take the Java code. So to get the class file, we already done the compilation. We will be having our class file, and then we will be mentioning the width and height of our applet, and we need to close our applet. This can be kept in our body tag of our Java code. Sorry, body tag of our HTML code. Okay, so see, this is a simple example of creating the HTML file. We have created our applet. Now I am creating fifth step. I am creating the complete HTML file. So the first tag is HTML. So it should end with HTML tag. This is the ending tag. Next, I have used, this is an optional thing. If you want, you can, if you don't want, you can remove also. Head tag in that title tag is that just for understanding, we are writing like this. And in the body tag, which is opening and closing tags, I am writing my applet code, whatever I have considered the earlier slide. See, I want to run hello applet.class file, which is already generated, and the width of the output window should be 400 pixels and height is of 200 pixels. Now, after writing this one, this has to be written on the notepad. You need to save that one as hello applet.html. Okay, this should be saved as same name with HTML. Okay, now what are all the things you have in your folder? In your current directory, you will be having hello applet.java file. Now once this is written, you need to compile and you need to generate hello applet.class file, and you need to write hello applet.html. So three things will be there in your current directory. All are of same names. Okay, now once this is available, now you can start running your program or executing your program to check the output of your applet. To run the applet, we normally follow one of these two. First one is you can run it on a web browser, which is a Java enabled web browser, where the entire web page can be seen. But if you want, you can use another approach also, where we are using applet viewer only, where you are not running your program on a browser. Through the command prompt only, we are going to run our program, which is called as a applet viewer, where we are getting only applet output only. What is the difference between these two is, here if you are writing any head tags and all, those statements will be displayed in your web page screen, but that will not be displayed on your web applet window. In the applet window, whatever you write in the applet tag, that only will be displayed. Now if you are using this applet viewer, remember, if you want to use this browser, then your browser should support this Java plugin, should be enabled for working with the Java plugin should be enabled. Okay. Now, if you are using this second approach of using applet viewer, then remember, up to JDK or 8, before JDK 8 version only, the applet viewer will be working. After the latest versions, it will not support this applet viewer. If you want to make it still work, then we need to do some additional settings. Okay. Now, whenever you want to use this applet viewer, okay, the syntax we need to use at the command prompt is applet viewer syntax and hello applet.html we need to write. So we need to follow two steps. What are the two steps? some step. First step is Java code need to be written, and then open the command prompt, compile that one using Java C hello applet.java. You will be getting class file, and then write down the HTML file. Again, go back to the command prompt and write applet viewer hello applet.html. Whenever you type like this, one window will be displayed. On that window at 10 and 100 according to our example, you will be getting an output hello applet as your output. Got it, all of you? So this is how an applet, this is a 6-step process we need to follow whenever you want to work with the applets. Okay, so this is theoretically how we need to do. In the next class, I'll tell you how programmatically we can develop applets, all the 6 steps, whatever we have learned theoretically, that through an example I'll show in the next class how to do. Am I clear to you all? So in the next class, we are going to learn programs of developing the applets, where in the next class only we are going to see how to draw a line, all the 2D shapes and all, how to design like drawing a rectangle, drawing a square, drawing a line and drawing an arc, everything, how to design all these things of working with 2D shapes we'll be discussing in the next class. For understanding that one, you should be theoretically clear with this 6-step process of developing and testing of applets. Right, all of you? So with this, we'll come to an end of our today's class, where we have learned about introduction of developing and testing a applet. I hope you all are clear with this concept.